So we have watched Search. You remember this one? We see the cage in the background. The door is open. He's got the shopping cart. He kind of goes through here. This is the balloons he was carrying, but I can't remember. There was something about the balloons. Oh, the balloons are baggage? Okay. And then we have this one, which was Leave Me Alone. This is where we get the, you remember this one? He's kind of in the fair. We've got the baggage. We've got the smile. He's got the cart. He's starting to strip down his clothes a bit. So there's almost like a barrier that's being released. Maybe there's some weight taken off of him. Right. And I'm really just showing you this to kind of remind you of kind of where we've been. Right. Maybe fitting in, maybe not, going against the flow, being the outcast, but also similarities of, even as different as we might be, we all kind of have our baggage. We're all kind of broken. You know, maybe it's NF saying, hey, you might throw this hate at me and say you think you have me figured out. We're not very different, you and I. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it's you're just as broken as I am and you refuse to acknowledge. I have no idea. I would venture a guess that's not what he's saying, because I think he feels pretty broken. He feels very different. His mom was also the lady laying flat on the swinging bench in the Search, apparently wearing white. Okay. I think I remember reading comments that said that. So then that leaves us with the final video, which is called Hope.
Hope. Yeah, I'm on my way, I'm coming.
Nice.
Don't lose faith in me.
Ooh.
I know you've been waiting. I know you've been praying for my soul. Hope. Hope. 30 years you've been dragging your feet, telling me I'm the reason we're stagnant. 30 years you've been claiming you're honest and promising progress. Well, where is it at? I don't want you to feel like a failure. I know this hurts, but I gave you your chance to deliver. Now it's my turn. Don't get me wrong.
So let's pause this for a moment. Across these 15 videos, this is now the 15th one. This is the first video that actually feels like it's been color graded. It doesn't feel raw anymore. Now, it's not fully oversaturated, but it does feel like there was a correction made. I think that's interesting. I think it's also interesting that even though he is on this journey out into the sea, it's the first time that I feel like we're actually feeling free with him. Right?
Don't get me wrong.
And he's in white. You're right.
Nature had a great run, but it's time to give the people something different.
Woo!
So without further ado, I like to introduce my album. Hope. What's my definition of success? Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can.
I'm going to make a prediction. It's really obnoxious, but if I'm right, you're never going to hear the end of it.
Introduce my...
There's a point here where it's almost like, it looks like he's holding up a sign. right?
My album. My album. My album. My album. My album. Hey, my album. My album. Hope. What's my definition of success?
Right here. He looks like a panhandler. If we get to see what's on that sign, it's either a map or a sign. I think it's a sign. It's gonna say, will work for hope. Bro, if I have to pull this fan out for that reason, oh boy.
Listening to what your heart says. Standing up for what you know is right while everybody else is. Tucking their toe between their legs. What's my definition of success? Creating something no one else can. Being brave enough to dream big. Grinding when you're told to just quit. Giving more when you got nothing left. It's a person that'll take a chance on something they were told could never happen. It's a person that can see the bright side through the dark times when there ain't one. It's when someone who ain't never had nothing ain't afraid to walk away from more because they rather do something that they really love and take the pay cut. It's a person that would never waver or change who they are just to try and gain some credibility so they can feel accepted by a stranger. It's a person that can take the failures in their life and turn them into motivation.
Okay, it's starting to look like a map. I'm a little nervous now.
It's believing in yourself when no one else does. It's amazing what a little bit of faith can do. If you don't even believe in you, why would you think or expect anybody else that's around you to? I done did things that I regret. I done said things I can't take back. Was a lost soul at a crossroad who had no hope, but I changed that. I spent years of my life holding on to things I never should have kept, full of hatred. Years of my
You see how he has this kind of like boyish swag now? It's a freedom. It's like the weight is off him now, and he's kind of playful in a way.
life carrying a lot of baggage that I should have walked away from. Years of my life wishing I was someone different, looking for some validation. Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was in. They get it.
Ooh, damn! Oh, shut up! Oh my God. Bro, I got friggin' tears welling up right now. Oh, the balloons, the cart. Into the darkness.
Pain's a necessary evil, difficult to go through, yes, but beneficial. Some would say having a mental breakdown is a negative thing, which on one hand I agree, but on the other hand, it was the push I needed to get help and start the healing process. See, if I didn't ever hit rock bottom, would I be the person that I am today? I don't believe so. I'm a perfect example of what happens when you choose to not accept defeat and face your demons. Took me 30 years to realize that if you want to get the opportunity to be the greatest version of yourself, sometimes you gotta be someone you're not to hear the voice of reason. Having kids will make you really take a step back and look in the mirror. At least for me, that's what it did.
Oh my God.
Wake up every day and pick my son up, hold him in my arms and let him know he's loved. Standing by the window, questioning if that is ever going to show up. Isn't something he's gonna have to worry about. Don't get it twisted, that was in the shop. Mama, I forgive you, I just don't want him to grow up thinking that he'll never be enough. 30 years of running, 30 years of searching, 30 years of hurting, 30 years of pain, 30 years of fearful, 30 years of anger, 30 years of empty, 30 years of shame, 30 years of broken, 30 years of anguish, 30 years of hopeless, 30 years of hate, 30 years of never, 30 years of maybe, 30 years of later, 30 years of fate, 30 years of hollow, 30 years of sorrow, 30 years of darkness, 30 years of hate, 30 years of baggage, 30 years of sadness, 30 years of stagnant, 30 years of change, 30 years of patience, 30 years of suffering, 30 years of torment, 30 years of 30 years of bitter, 30 years of lonely, 30 years of pushing everyone away. You'll never evolve. I know I can change. We are not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You'll never be loved. You'll never be safe. Might as well give up. Now running away. You don't have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the reins.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Look at that! Oh, that was disgusting.
Not enough. We are not the same. You don't have the heart. You don't have the strength. You don't have the will. You don't have the faith. You'll never be loved. You'll never be safe. Might as well give up. Now running away. You don't have the guts. You're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the reins.
Oh, the last shot when he says, I'm the one taking the reins. That is the last frame. That in and of itself is still hopeful. If the last shot, the last frame had been this, it would mean something completely different. To me, that would represent that no matter how hard he tries and how hard he fights, this is the side of him that is always going to win. But the last thing we get is him at the summit,
Range.
and his voice is the only thing that's heard. It's not the music, it's not the distortion, it's not the other voices, it's just him. He's in white on the top, and it's just his voice.
I'm the god, you're the one afraid. I'm the one in charge. I'm taking the Range.
Oh. I was really proud of my will work for hope sign, but what they did was 1,000 times better. That friggin' transition of him pushing himself, like Dark NF, pushing him back into the mansion. And then when we get there, we've got the echo of the mansion. Oh my God.
Looking for some validation.
Yeah, and he is. He's kind of giddy. He's like, boop, boop, boop. Life is okay. Everything's going to be just fine.
Years of my life trying to fill a void, pretending I was a day.
Nope. There's your map, bro. And you can feel the space. Putting so much reverb to that part. You can feel the weight of this space. Oh. I like that he still picks up the map because that shows an effort to keep going. Yeah, he's lost some ground, but there's still work to be done. That is beautiful. I love the cart. I love the balloons. And then seeing him open these rooms and then see that dad figure with the hat on, hidden away, and then the smile on his face with the cage. Epic. These callbacks are phenomenal. Now, here's one thing I will say. And this will not save some of the other videos that will land in YouTube land. But I will say this. The fact that this video, Hope, and outro call back the other characters and they reference the other stories the way that they do, I would lay my hands off and say, okay, therapy session and real in the plane. Okay, I get it. They were smaller pieces of the bigger story. They don't stand alone well. But when you use them as a mechanism to call back and make me feel something later, so it's less about instant gratification and about right now it's a smaller piece of the story that needs to be brought in at the end for that grand slam, I eat my words. Bravo. Friggin' brilliant. The fact that after 15 videos, like not only did I feel something when these characters come back, and obviously I didn't hide it, but the fact that they could do that so well in outro, when I'm not even at the end, we still got places to go, people to see. Spectacular. The symbolism is strong. His talent, his writing, his emotional expression is hands down some of the best I've seen. Wow. I can't even begin to tell you, as I expressed earlier, how hard some of this has hit me. And I think you're kind of in the same boat. This has been quite a roller coaster today. For those of you that stuck around, I'm glad you did. I'm glad you were here through this. And I do want to say, I want to end on this note.
Reigns.
The same way that NF kind of ends this little journey, the journey to hope, with hope, and even the last frame becomes hopeful. I hope this is something that we can continue to do. We are going through struggles. We go through struggles. And I just hope that moving forward, it's something that we will keep our eye on. That's all.